3 years. That is how long I spent convincing myself that the gym was the only place where real results happened. 3 years of memberships I stretched my budget to afford, commutes I talked myself out of, and programs built around equipment I would never own. And then one day, someone showed me something so obvious I almost could not believe I had missed it. Your body does not need external weight to grow. It never did. The resistance has been with you the entire time. I know that sounds like something people say when they cannot afford a barbell. It sounds like a workaround, a consolation prize for people who cannot access the real thing. But the science does not agree with that assumption. These 7 movements have been studied, validated, and used by some of the most physically developed athletes on the planet. Not as a backup plan, as a primary one. What is up? This is Dude Fitness, where we cut through the noise and give you training that actually works without requiring a building, a membership, or a collection of equipment gathering dust in your garage. If you are new here, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we drop content like this every single week. And stay with me until exercise number 5, because that is the one almost everyone gets completely wrong. And the correction I am going to give you will change the results you get from it immediately. 7 exercises. Let us get into it. Number 1, burpees. We are starting here on purpose. Most videos save burpees for the end, as if they are a punishment to be endured after everything else. I want you to understand from the beginning what this movement actually represents, because once you understand it, you will never treat it as an afterthought again. Burpees combine strength, power, and cardiovascular demand into a single movement that lasts a few seconds. Every major muscle group in your body is involved, not as a supporting player, as a primary contributor. And the metabolic effect they produce, what exercise scientists call excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, means your body continues burning at an elevated rate for hours after you finish. You are not just spending calories during the set, you are creating a physiological state where the spending continues long after you have moved on with your day. The mental component matters too. Burpees are hard in a way that builds something beyond physical fitness. The ability to keep moving when every signal your body is sending says stop is not just a training quality, it is a transferable one. Every set you finish when you wanted to quit makes the next hard thing in your life slightly more manageable. 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Scale based on where you are, but whatever version you do, bring full effort to it. A half-hearted burpee is just a complicated way to waste your time. Number 2, squats. Most fitness content will sell you on squats by talking about your legs. The quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, and all of that is real, but the conversation that almost nobody is having is the one happening inside your endocrine system while you squat. When you push squats hard, when you reach the reps where the burn is real and each one is a genuine decision, your body releases testosterone and growth hormone in amounts that simply do not happen with smaller, isolated movements. Your body reads the workload, registers the scale of muscle recruitment happening, and responds by creating a systemic hormonal environment that supports growth across your entire body, not just your legs, everything. That is the part the fitness industry does not advertise, because understanding it means you need less of what they are selling. Squats are a full-body growth signal disguised as a leg exercise. 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Push the depth, push the effort. Let your body feel the full demand of what you are asking it to do. Number 3, push-ups. I want you to do something for me. Let go of every association you have with this exercise. Forget middle school gym class. Forget the image of someone cranking out careless reps to hit a number. Forget the idea that push-ups are something you graduate from on the way to a bench press, because that idea has quietly cost a lot of people a lot of progress. The push-up, progressed correctly and taken seriously, is one of the most complete upper body development systems available to you. What makes it genuinely different from the bench press is not just the muscles it works, but the way it works them. Your chest, shoulders, and triceps do the pressing. Your core, your glutes, your entire posterior chain stabilizes the movement. You are training your body as a connected unit, not as a collection of isolated parts. And the variations are not just modifications. They are a progression ladder with essentially no ceiling. Each step demands something more. Each variation is a skill to be earned. The day you lock out a clean one-arm push-up is a day you remember. 3 sets of 12 to 20 reps. And when 20 becomes easy, understand that you have not outgrown push-ups. You have just reached the point where they start getting interesting. Number 4, glute bridges. Here is a question worth sitting with. When did you last deliberately train your glutes? Not as a side effect of squats, not as an incidental result of some other movement, but with genuine focus and intention, treating them as the primary target. Most people have not. Most people chase the muscles they can see in the mirror and leave the largest, most powerful muscle group in their entire body chronically underdeveloped. And then they wonder why their lower back hurts, why their squat numbers have stalled, why their sprint feels weak off the start. The glutes are the engine of the human body. When they are underdeveloped, everything connected to them is compromised. Strong glutes protect your lumbar spine. They drive your explosive power. They stabilize your pelvis under load. They make everything else you do in training more effective. And the people who treat glute bridges as a serious exercise rather than a warm-up drill are consistently the ones whose lower body performance improves the fastest. 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. When the bilateral version stops challenging you, the single leg variation is waiting, and that is where the real work begins. Number 5. Lunges. This is the one. The one that looks straightforward, gets done carelessly, and delivers about 20% of what it is capable of delivering as a result. Here is what most people do not think about with lunges. Almost everyone has a dominant leg. One side that is slightly stronger, more coordinated, more reliable under load, and in bilateral exercises, that dominant side compensates quietly and constantly. It covers for the weaker side without you noticing. The gap between your legs widens slowly over months and years until it becomes an imbalance significant enough to limit your performance and increase your injury risk. Lunges eliminate that compensation. There is nowhere to hide. Each leg either produces the force the movement requires or it does not. And that honest, unforgiving accountability is exactly what corrects the imbalances that bilateral training creates. The stability demand is also something squats simply cannot replicate. Because lunges require balance and control, they recruit stabilizer muscles that keep you steady in single-leg positions, and those muscles transfer directly to running, jumping, cutting, and every athletic pattern that involves one foot on the ground at a time. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps per leg. Take them seriously, and your entire lower body will perform differently within weeks. If this video is giving you something useful, hit the like button right now. It costs you nothing, and it gets this content in front of people who need it. And if you are not subscribed yet, do that now. We release videos like this every single week, and I do not want you to miss what is coming next. Number 6. The plank. Everyone thinks planks are a core exercise. That assumption is exactly why most people get mediocre results from them and move on. The plank is not an ab exercise. What it actually is, when performed correctly with genuine tension throughout the entire body, is a full-body muscular endurance forge. Your shoulders are working under constant isometric load. Your glutes are contracting to prevent your hips from extending. Your quads are locked to keep your legs rigid. Your deep core stabilizers are compressing like an internal weight belt. Every system is engaged simultaneously. Every system is being trained simultaneously. Athletes and fighters do not plank because it is trendy. They do it because the quality it builds, the ability to generate and sustain full-body tension under fatigue, is the foundation that makes every other movement more effective. Better posture, better balance, greater resistance to breakdown when you are tired. The plank does not just train your core, it teaches your entire body how to stay organized under pressure. 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. And when that stops being a genuine challenge, the progressions available to you will ensure it never stays easy for long. Number 7. Mountain climbers. Most people treat mountain climbers as a cardio drill, something to fill time between real exercises. And that misclassification is what keeps them from getting the full return this movement is capable of delivering. Mountain climbers are a moving plank. Your upper body is holding an isometric position under load, while your lower body drives alternating knee drives at speed. Your core is not just bracing statically the way it does in a standard plank. It is resisting rotation, resisting hip drop, and maintaining spinal stability against a constantly shifting load. That dynamic demand is significantly more challenging than static holds, and the cardiovascular component it adds means your heart rate climbs in a way that pure strength work never achieves. The result is a movement that builds core strength, improves hip flexor power and mobility, elevates your heart rate into a fat-burning zone, and develops the kind of coordinated full-body control that makes everything else you do athletically more fluid. It is not a filler exercise. It is a complete training stimulus in one movement. 3 sets of 30 to 45 seconds. Drive the knees with intention. The faster and more controlled you can make each rep, the more you are getting out of it. 7 exercises. Burpees, squats, push-ups, glute bridges, lunges, the plank. Mountain climbers, no gym, no equipment, no commute, no waiting for a machine that someone else is using while they scroll through their phone. Just you, a floor, and a decision about how seriously you want to take this. The exercises are proven. The science behind each of them is settled. The only variable that actually determines your results is whether you show up consistently and bring genuine effort when you do. Most people do not. Most people try something for 2 weeks, see partial results, and go looking for something more impressive. They cycle through programs for years and never stay with anything long enough to see what it actually produces. Do not be that person. Run these 7 movements seriously for 60 days. Push the progressions as each one becomes manageable. Document what changes. And then come back and tell me in the comments, because I promise you, if you bring real effort to this, something will be different. Drop a comment below telling me which of the 7 you are starting with today. Hit subscribe if you are not already, and share this with someone who needs to stop making excuses about not having a gym. Your future self is already on the other side of the work. The only question is when you decide to start. Stop watching. Start moving. I will see you in the next one.